Thank you for joining me for yoga today. Today we're going to start standing. We'll do things a little bit different today, but hopefully we'll have a little fun with it. So for start standing, behind your chair, feet about as wide as the chair. Kind of settle in. Make sure both feet are on the ground. Tuck the tail under, roll the shoulders back. Suddenly you're standing up a foot taller. Take a deep breath in. There it is. Check in with your body. What feels good and what doesn't. What's talking to you this morning? What's going to want a little attention, a little tenderness? Just kind of notice. All right. Take a great big deep breath in. Swoop the arms up. Reach for the ceiling. Inhaling. Bring the eyes closed. Let the hands come down to your heart center. Take a moment and just set an intention to be present. And then let the hands drift down onto the chair. Let the eyes close. Feel the feet. Feel the knees. Lift the kneecaps up. Tuck the tail under. Roll the shoulder back. Standing tall. Lift up out of the hips. The shoulder or the chin up level. And then relax. Take a moment. Let the mind come into the body. Letting go the rest of the day for just a half an hour. Begin to find your breath. The eyes still closed. Nothing to do, just watch the breath. Disconnecting. Without even really efforting, just kind of start walking, kind of waving side to side, gently shifting the weight from left to right. Not a big movement, not a movement at all, really. Almost as if you could breathe the movement into being. Swaying to the left on the inhale, and the right on the exhale. And back again. See if you can connect the breath to the body for just a moment. Breathing in. Swaying over. And back. Not controlling the breath, just linking it to the movement. Just a minute being fully present with the mind and the body. Inviting in the stillness. Just watching the breath and noticing where the mind goes. Bringing it back to the breath. With a little more intention now, inhaling a little bit further, bringing the body to the right, and then exhaling a little bit harder, exhaling to the left, inhaling and leading, and exhaling and falling, just rocking side to side, feeling the rhythm of your own breath at your own speed, coming deep from one side to the other. And the eyes closed, just letting the mind settle. Calming the nervous system. Just rocking, swaying. The next time you go to the right, sweep the left leg to the right too. And see if you can rock. Legs slightly crossed. The left leg behind the right. Very narrow stance. So keep your hands on the chair and your eyes still closed. Finding that rhythm of the breath again. Just rocking side to side. Then letting the left hand drip down. Begin to sway it up, maybe letting go of the breath as we move towards a side bend. Inhaling as the arm goes up, exhaling as it comes down. And let it go as far as the exhale takes you. So sweeping the arms up, leaning over. You reach the top of the inhale, pause and exhale. Let the arm drift down, sweeping in. Again, still gently floating with the breath. Exhaling and rolling it down. Inhaling it up. Reaching over and down. The next time you float it up, reach it over and pause in it. In that side bend, feel the hips sway open. Look up at the hand. Feel that side bend, find a pause. And then come back to center. Let the hand come back to the chair. Let the eyes close again. Feel the difference in the hips, in the weight. And that part of you that wants to continue to float with the breath. And then change the cross of the legs. Find your balance. Let the arm drift down, so now the right arm. And it takes a moment to sync up. You inhale, lift it up. Exhale, let it float down. Check the balance. Feel the rhythm. That arm floats up and over. Exhale, let it come down. Maybe the eyes are closed, if you can feel that. If the balance wants the eyes open, open them. But try and keep the motion and the breath in mind. Keep the gaze soft, the mind soft. As you inhale the arm up, exhale and let it drift down. This time as you come up, inhale, find that pause. Feel the weight shift into one hip. Feel the stretch out of the side. And then bring it back down to the chair. Finding that perfect balance. Uncross the legs. Maybe rock side to side to just get the balance. And then take the left leg and bring it to the top of the right. Tuck the tail. Roll the shoulders back. Holding on to the chair with one or both hands. We're going to come into tree with the eyes closed. So challenge your balance. We've centered and swayed. Calmed it down a little. Maybe let go of one hand. Let the eyes close. The balance take over. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. Let the eyes open and change your tree. Maybe a little higher. Coming up. Open that hip wide. Bring the shoulders back and tuck the tail under. Find the line. And challenge that tree today. See where it is, what feels good. Lift up out of the shoulders and out of the hips. Let the arms sway. Both of them up. See if you can link it to the breath. Inhaling the arms as they come up. Reaching in by the pause. And then exhale them down. Can you link the motion? Super slow exhale, slowing the body down. Reaching it up. Inhaling. And letting it drift down. Let your hands on the chair. Let that foot unwind. Take the feet wide, wider than the chair this time. And we're gonna slowly bend one knee and then inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the other one out. Inhale. And follow your own breath. And just begin to wake up the legs, moving it side to side. Coming up and exhaling into a little side lunge. Coming up and back. Shoulders are back. Spine is long. In and down. And behind. One more on each side, following your breath, going as deep as it will, and then coming back up, drifting off to the other side. Coming up, the feet wide, bring the heels in and then the toes in, and the heels in, and the toes in. Coming back to center, take that opposite foot into the low tree. There we are. We're right back here. Let the eyes close. Let that foot be still. And notice that you're wobbling, or are you swaying? Or are you still? But checking in with the eyes closed into a low tree. Just enjoying the stillness. Just enjoying the moment. And letting the eyes open. Find a different tree, higher, lower. Open up the hip, no matter where the tree is. Eyes are open this time. Sweep the arms up, see if you can link it with the breath. Inhaling, reach up for the ceiling. Exhaling and bringing it down, roll the shoulders back. Heel and drape down. Inhaling, reaching it up. Exhaling and letting it go. Going slow can sometimes be harder than going fast. So slowing it down and feel all those muscles that are keeping you upright. Reaching up out of the hip. Exhale and bring it down. Let that leg come down nice and slow. Just tap it out and let it go. Coming back. Stepping back behind the chair. Coming into a down dog. Weight goes back into the heels. But before we do, pedal one foot and then the other. Feel the hip rock. Side to side, that one hip comes up as the other one drops down. A little stretch in the legs, not in the shoulders yet. Just rocking it side to side. If it feels like you should, maybe stepping back a little further, a little more stretch. You decide. Going slow and gentle. Take it back. Pedaling the feet. And then finally bringing them both down. Pulling back. Weight goes into the heels. Walk the hands down the chair. A little bit of a forward fold. Seeing if you can get those knees straight. Not as much about the fold as it is keeping knees straight right now. So there it is, your hamstrings are talking to you. Go to a place that's comfortable, and then see if you can bring your belly button down by rolling the hip or the weight into the heels and the hips back. And you get a little bit lower into your forward fold. And pause and just let it be. Stretch into it. And then gently walk your hands back up the chair. Take one step in. We're going to bring all the weight there and the heart forward into a little back bend. Looking up at the ceiling. And then let the weight float back down onto that back leg. That front leg is straight. See if you can find a forward fold there. Just bending over that one front leg. And then stepping in, or not stepping, just reaching up, Weight comes onto that front foot. The hips come forward. Shoulders go back. Looking up at the ceiling. The heart goes up, lifting up. And then roll back. Over that foot, the weight goes on the back foot. Folding in over the front foot. Taking it down. And coming up. Stepping the front foot back. Kind of just wagging the tail side to side. Feel the stretch in the hips coming out of that slow back as the hips go back and forth. Rocking it over. Make sure the chair is in the perfect place. Just be comfortable. Taking it over. Yeah. Just wagging the tail. And stretching out the side body. And then step that second foot in. So the weight is in the front. Roll up onto that back toe. Heart lifts, shoulders go back. Find a back bend. And then set that heel back down. We're folding in over that front leg. And walking back up the chair. Rolling back up on that toe. Weight comes in the front foot. Hips come forward. Shoulders go back. Heart lifts. Little back bend at the top. And roll it down. Folding in again over that leg. Giving it a pause. And then walking it back up. Stepping it back in. And just rocking side to side this time. Same kind of motion, just kind of letting the hips open. There we go. And let's come back to seated behind your chair. Have a seat. Oops, scooch back a little bit. Somewhere better. There we go. Scooching back. Legs are wide. Take a moment. Just kind of settle in. Both hips on the chair. Take your favorite leg and drop it off. Just say good morning to that hip flexor. Square up so you're half on the chair. Other half's dropping down. Let that hip just hang. It kind of opens up on its own. Let's slide it back a little further and roll the toes under. Looking forward, push that knee up. Let the legs straighten. So you're in a lunge. Not too much work. And then fold down. So we're stretching from one end to the other, from the toes. Got a nice stretch. You feel it in the back here. Then come back up and drop that heel, or drop the knee, coming down, sitting up tall. This time we're going to roll in, bring that same side arm out and up. Reach it all the way up. Push that knee up, nice and straight. Here's the back bend. We're just working on that. Over the chair. So bring the knee down, bring that arm down, and then sweep it back up, pushing the knee up, reaching up at the ceiling again. Not so far that anything compresses in the back. You don't want to feel any pressure. And reach it out and back down. Let it go. Coming back up, that hip's still up. Take the opposite arm across. We're going to commit into a twist here. There's no pressure in the leg, the hip is just dropping off. We're simply twisting into the back of the chair. Find a place that's comfortable and right, where there's no stress on the spine, no real pushing. No real pulling, just gently twisting. And come back. Swing right around. Take it right on over. Drop that opposite knee off. Make any adjustments that need to get comfortable. Let the hip open up and just let it set. drops off in length right there. Take another breath and then slide that leg back, straighten it out, lift that knee, push back through the heel, and then slowly come into a forward fold over that first knee, the front knee, coming down, and coming back up. Let the knee bend as you come up. Dropping it off, a little bit of a back bend at the top. Take the same side arm again. We're going to reach out far as it'll go. And then reach up and find your back bend at the top. Again, no work in the spine. Exhale, bring it out and down. And inhale. Sweep it back up, push back to the leg. That leg is active, but there's no compression in the spine. Out and down. One last time. Scoop it up, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, bring the arm down and reach around. That twist on that side. Don't let the front leg just hang. Its work is done. As we twist nice and deep into the back. And then slowly coming around, back to front. Bring the legs forward. And just kind of rock them out. It can be kind of tight, opening all of that up. Alright, so grab one foot, bring it in, countering the stretch we just did. Bring it in. Give it a big hug. And then set it down and just let it go out straight. And then take the second leg in. Make sure you're just on the edge of your chair, not too far back. Bring that other knee in, give it a good hug. And set it down, bring that other leg out straight. So everything is nice and long. Oops, sorry. Other leg is long. And slide your hands down the legs, walk them down. And just come into a forward fold down over the legs. Lock your hands. Careful that your chair is not sliding. And just let the back relax. As you come down, almost as if you could touch your toes. Bringing the hip down, or hinging at the hips. Bring the belly button to the thigh. Not the nose to the knee, so the back is flat. And then walk your hands back up. Coming back up the chair. Slide your legs back. And just take a minute and make little circles going in a clockwise direction. So we're bringing the heart forward, off to one side and back. Coming forward, rolling it over, and back. Two more. Coming around, loosening up the back and the hips. That little seated crescent lunge we just did can compress some people's backs. So we want to avoid that and always want to counter it. So coming forward, switch directions and go in the opposite direction and notice the difference. And feel which side was a little tighter in that last move. Just rolling, taking it over. Working the hips. And I'm wiggling forward here. Alright. Next time you come forward, have a settle it in right into the front. Perfect. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach the arms back. Bring the front of the palms together, get the hands wide. Exhale, we're going to turn and push those arms down and back. One last back bend. Bring the hands back to the chair if you can get them. If not, on the chair is good. Roll it back down and then slowly lift it up and pull the shoulders back. We've done a lot for the shoulders opening. Just look at the front of the shoulders nice, whether it's on the back of the chair or on the seat of the chair. Look up and bring the heart forward and feel that stretch as the heart opens. all those muscles that connect the shoulders and the chest, opening up, and then bring it down. 2 more times. We're going to open out and around. Pull the heart forward and the chest open. And then bring it back. It's a little deeper than the cat-cow we're used to. So open it out and then really pull back. It gives you a little leverage too, having something to hold on to. Looking up and then rolling down. Around the chin, around the back and tuck the chin. And just open it up. Let the arms drift down. And now sweep them up. Back to where we started. Bring the palms together. Hands come down through heart center. As the eyes close, we come back to where we began. Wiggle walk back to the chair. Find that comfortable place. Take a moment. Check in with the body. See what would make it just a little more comfortable. And then bring the mind to the breath. And just focus for a moment. Watching the breath as it rises and falls. Remembering the swaying we did at the beginning. And maybe you want to sway a little now. Just checking in with the breath. Settling into stillness. Finding that perfect moment. Feel the inhale and the exhale. Bring to mind the last thing that made you laugh. Something that made you laugh hard. Feel that joy again. And allow a smile to come to your face. For a moment, bask in that remembering. As if it were happening to you now. Feel that joy and that laughter. And then gently bring your mind back to the breath. Back to the body. And let the arms sweep up, closing the practice, reaching for the ceiling, coming down to the heart center. Allowing the eyes to drift open. And thank you for joining me.